Hey, how's it going everyone? It's your boy Zabuu here, and today we're going to talk a little bit about the Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep tweet that Nomura posted for Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep's 15-year anniversary. In our video today, we're going to talk about the Crossroads motif, Nomura's inspiration for the Crossroads motif, some of the examples that he gives in Kingdom Hearts. We're going to go through some of the examples that he gives and what those examples mean exactly, but also we're going to talk about how the Crossroads motif applies to other forms of media such as anime. I'll give you guys some of the animes that I've watched and how I think the Crossroads motif applies to them. So if you like the kinds of videos I make, if you like what I'm doing right now, then like, subscribe, hit the comment section, and let me know what you think, and let's get to it because this is going to be pretty crazy. So in his tweet about Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, Tetsuya Nomura drops a fascinating detail about the secret ending of Kingdom Hearts 2. Now, I thought this ending was setting up for Kingdom Hearts 3, but unfortunately I was wrong. It was actually setting up for Birth by Sleep. The scene shows three Keyblade wielders fully clad in armor standing at a crossroads waiting as someone approaches them. Turns out this isn't just a cool visual, it's actually a core motif of the series. Nomura explains that the crossroads symbolize a crucial turning point, a moment of divergence where big changes happen. He even traces this theme back to its first appearance in Chain of Memories. He mentions that it's all about losing something to gain something, and every time the crossroads pops up afterwards, the same rule applies. Something is sacrificed and something else is gained. It's pretty wild that Nomura was thinking about this even when the series was in its early stages, and the fact that the motif still applies all across the Kingdom Hearts series is a big shout out to his writing skills. Besides Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, Tetsuya Nomura also gave two other examples, stating that Kingdom Hearts Key series and the ending of Kingdom Hearts 3 also use this motif heavily to tell the stories of its characters. Now, if we look into the Kingdom Hearts Key series, the Crossroads is where the opposing unions come together and the Keyblade Wars break out. Many Keyblade wielders light and dark are lost, and the Keyblade Graveyard is formed, ultimately repeating the fate again with Terra, Ven, and Aqua later in Birth by Sleep. Now, as far as Kingdom Hearts 3's secret ending goes, the ancient foretellers or the Lost Masters gather at the crossroads along with Lushu. What they gain and what they lose is yet to be known. Hopefully we'll find out in Kingdom Hearts 4. When asked what inspired the Crossroads motif, Nomura simply replies that it's based off an American folklore. The folklore Nomura is referencing to is inspired by musician Robert Johnson, a blues performer from the 1930s who's had a huge impact on rock and roll for his hits The Crossroad Blues, Me and the Devil, and many others. The story goes like this, that Johnson stood at a Mississippi crossroads and sold his soul to the devil in exchange for his ability to play the guitar. The devil then tuned his guitar and giving him the ability to play in an unearthly way. Johnson's song Me and the Devil Blues went on to inspire Soap and Skin's song of the same name. It's actually a cover of Me and the Devil Blues, but y'all should definitely listen to both versions of the song. There's this eeriness to it that I can't really explain. It was interesting to hear what Tetsuya Nomura's interpretation of the Crossroads motif is. My interpretation of the Crossroads motif is that it represents a pivotal moment in a person's life, a time when they're at an impasse deciding who they are and who they want to become. The decisions and actions that they take at that time are usually revolved around destiny and morality, and it's a crucial time for the character, setting around character development, a trajectory of growth, both personal and spiritual in nature. The first example that comes to mind when thinking about the Crossroads motif in Kingdom Hearts is Riku in the beginning of Kingdom Hearts 1. Riku is tired of his boring life on Destiny Island. He seeks adventure, power, and freedom, and on the night of fate, he actively chooses darkness. Rather than resisting it, he embraces the darkness, believing it will lead him to freedom and greater strength. This moment is crucial to Riku's character because it shows that he wasn't simply tricked, he made a conscious decision to embrace the darkness, and in doing so, he jeopardized his friends, especially Kairi, who in this process loses her heart. Riku sees relying on others as a weakness. His selfish choices and obsession with strength blinds him to the dangers of darkness until it's too late. He believes he's making his own choices, but in reality, he is being used. By the time he realizes the truth, he's already lost control, leading to his eventual downfall and redemption. On the flip side, you have a really critical moment in the Kingdom Hearts series for Sora when he meets Riku at Hollow Bastion and confronts him about Kairi and the Keyblade. During this meeting with Riku, Sora loses the Keyblade to Riku's strong will, as well as the fact that he's the Keyblade's chosen one. Riku poking fun at him, saying he's just a delivery boy, delivering the Keyblade to the true Keyblade wielder. Donald and Goofy reluctantly abandon Sora, as their mission is to follow whoever has the Keyblade. Meanwhile, Kairi is still without a heart. Powerless, friendless, and full of doubt, Sora decides that he's going to have to fight Riku not just for Kairi's heart, but for Riku himself. This solidifies Sora as a true selfless hero, someone whose strength comes from the willingness to put others first. And we see that at Hollow Bastion as Sora stabs himself with the Keyblade of Heart, releasing Kairi's heart and turning himself into a Heartless. It's interesting to see the Crossroads motif applied to Sora and Riku because you could easily see how one could have gone the other way. They both started off on Destiny Island seeking adventure and freedom and took two different paths to achieve it. Neither of them is right or wrong, but the way they did things impacted their future greatly. For example, in Kingdom Hearts 3, during the final fight at the Keyblade Graveyard, Sora watches as his friends lose the fight against the organization and ultimately lose their hearts. This prompts Sora to make a very important decision while at the Crossroads. He could either use the power of awakening and save his friends and Kairi and accept the consequences, or he can just let the events play out as they are. Sora, being the selfless hero that he is, uses the power of awakening to alter time and save his friends. Not fully realizing that it would cause him to vanish completely, his actions were driven by love and determination rather than careful calculation. And although Sora stays true to his character, the Crossroads motif shows that fate-altering decisions have consequences no matter what side of the crossroads you're on. Now, the last example I'm going to give from Kingdom Hearts is identity and existence, how the Crossroad motif plays into both. We're going to talk about Roxas and another character, but I can't seem to remember her name. They both come to a pivotal crossroads where Roxas chooses his struggle for freedom or his inevitable sacrifice to Sora, holding on to his identity after finding out that he's Sora's nobody, realizing that he has to give up his friends and the life he created for himself. Roxas chooses to forego his autonomy and return to Sora because it's the only way to move forward, it's the only way to stay independent and fight against the system that sees him as expendable. The other character, I think her name is Xion. When Xion realizes that the organization is using her to siphon both Roxas and Sora's powers, she ultimately chooses to protect Roxas. In her final battle, Xion forces Roxas to face off against her, making sure that Roxas defeats her, knowing it's the only way to restore Sora, and by extension saving Roxas so that he can continue to exist. For Xion and Roxas, their choices at the crossroads didn't matter. Fate had a hold on them and there was no defying what fate had in store for them. So for their last act of autonomy, Roxas and Xion chose to own the choice that fate gave to them, and ultimately sacrificed themselves to bring back Sora, in the hopes that they would continue their life through him. A pivotal decision in the Kingdom Hearts story that carries much weight for both fans and newcomers alike. There are so many examples of the Crossroads motif in Kingdom Hearts that I could literally keep going on, but I want to talk about some of my favorite animes that use the Crossroads motif and how similar they are to the characters in Kingdom Hearts and their moral dilemmas. For example, in Naruto, Sasuke and Naruto's character development shares a lot of similarities with Riku and Sora's. They both want to protect their friends and loved ones. Where Naruto finds power through community and friendship, Sasuke sees that as weakness and believes that the real power comes from isolation. So when Orochimaru lures Sasuke to the promise of unimaginable power, he rises to the occasion, not realizing it's a scheme to take his body. Similar to Riku's character development in Kingdom Hearts 1. Now, another anime that comes to mind is Fullmetal Alchemist, which embodies the Crossroads motif itself. The transmutation circle acts like a diverging path, a crossroads where to gain something you must give something in return. Ed and Al Elric learn that there are repercussions to life-altering decisions as they try to use alchemy to bring their mother back to life. A decision that haunts them throughout the show as the boys deal with the outcome of their actions. Similarly, in Kingdom Hearts 3, Sora also has to deal with his overuse of the power of awakening and the consequences that he faces from that. Now, my last example comes from Dragon Ball Z, and it's about when Vegeta comes at a crossroads when he's fighting Majin Buu, where he realizes that he will not be able to beat Majin Buu. So he decides that he's going to sacrifice himself and his pride as a Saiyan to protect the ones he loves. Vegeta in that moment accepts that his pride is now his family, their life on Earth, and even his acceptance of Goku as more than just a rival but a friend. Vegeta's character arc somewhat echoes those of Roxas and Xion. Although not beat for beat, they share similarities in finding purpose in the world, identity, and self-sacrifice. For Vegeta, it's about the choices he made since coming to Earth. Vegeta is torn as he's built a life on Earth, started a family with Bulma, and he's even softened compared to the ruthless Saiyan he used to be in the past. For Roxas, he didn't have much of a purpose outside of the organization until he made friends with Axel and Xion. But for these characters, their purpose became their friends and loved ones more so than themselves, and thus they chose to protect which is so precious to them when the time came. The Crossroads motif has been a powerful and consistent symbol throughout the Kingdom Hearts series. Representing more than just a physical location, it embodies the weight of choice, the struggle of uncertainty, and the consequences of the path we choose to take. It's the intersection of our choices that shape our identity and our existence, exploring the inner struggles of its characters as they face difficult decisions and confront their own doubts, creating a story that resonates with audiences who understand that life isn't always simple and clean. Thank y'all for sticking around. I appreciate it very much. If you like what you saw here, then comment down below, leave a like, and subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you guys later. Zabuu out.